Well, everybody, 100 Thieves bounced back. You know, Team Liquid, I guess, bounced back, but then got fisted.
They look okay. Pretty much, we're going to figure out this week who's really the best team.
Pretty much. And you know what happened after the Streamer Awards? Aria came over to my house. She hit me up. She was like, "Hey, can I come over?" And she was wearing that dress she posted on Instagram. She was like, "Can you put your BBC?"
No, she didn't, man. Let's get to the show.
Oh shit. What is going on, everybody? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 7, episode 10. It's crazy. We're like mid-ish way through season 7 right now of this show. I know you guys really liked my LCS 2023 Spring Split Week 6 recap. Don't worry. I'll be doing that again for Week 7 as well. Got to watch a few of the games again to see a perspective on something that I'm going to bring up, not only here, but in that video as well. And yes, I'm going to be doing it for the playoffs and the finals, and I'll be doing it for Europe as well. I've only seen, because before we started the show, I was catching up on the European games today. I was watching SK versus Fnatic. You know how I said in my video that Fnatic's roster adjustments didn't actually help them with anything? Yeah, I mean, I told you so, but I mean,
I haven't seen anything yet. That's no spoilers, man. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I haven't watched none of those games yet.
So getting back to doing that weekly recap content, because it's the best form of content to do outside of the roster move here and there. It's the only other content I can do for you guys in the meantime. But what's crazy is that this week of the LCS was it's always this with the LCS, specifically this split. It's been really entertaining to see teams just crash and burn and then evaporate the fire with a fire extinguisher and then come back together and then only to just crash again. I don't know.
I think this is what it is. Teams that we expected to be good were good. The ones that were like, okay, they're going to be all right, were in. And the teams that we saw were suck actually did better. It was literally like, if you look at all the teams, I think most impressive team is Golden Guardians, and most disappointing team was Team Liquid. People will say 100 Seas, but I think 100 Seas, you have more expectations for Team Liquid than 100 Seas. 100 Seas, you're like, okay, you got two players that are at the end of their career, or bring back somebody who's retired. You got Beersen, who's at the end of his career. You got two rookies. Okay, that's going to be a mix.
Yeah, because the problem here, because we'll do 100 Thieves first, because the problem here is that people always do that. People will have this fixated way that they think about a team, and then when that team that's been performing really badly does like a few good games, right? That somehow just magically erases all the weeks of gameplay that I've seen from this team, and that just absolves bad weeks of gameplay because of randomly winning a couple of games. But I need to see that stuff consistently.
No, but see, the issue is because you tend to forget real quickly. What did they change out? They changed out the coach, as Son, I've been saying.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if the coach did how, because we'll never know exactly what they do, because I don't know what the coaches personally do.
The comms are going to be different this week.
Because the thing here is I wouldn't say they scapegoated that guy, but
I don't think they scapegoated him. The issue is because there's been issues from the begining.
Because Newdruck was the assistant head coach.
Yeah. Like, look at the game where they were at home. They didn't have the coaches in the room. They apparently there was no coaches in the room. It was just those 5 players.
Yeah. If you play remote, if you have a situation where you play remote, you can't have coaches in the room. You would have to draft from separate rooms actually, which is weird.
Apparently, what they did was there was no coaching draft. They literally just like turned the comms off for the coaches, and it was like.
So let me go over because they won. Because what's interesting is that they won both of the games this week, which we said that they needed to do because realistically they can only drop one game to have that record of like that 9 on their record. So they won both games this week, which is what they needed to do. Now this week they have TSM, which is the match of the week. That's going to be match week for probably everybody because that is a deciding match. If 100 Thieves actually beats TSM, there is pretty much a good shot they just get into playoffs based off that because TSM are also 7-8 as well. TSM went 1-1 this week, right? Yeah, they lost to Golden Guardians and they beat Immortals. TSM strength of schedule
almost lost to Immortals. Immortals is the worst team. I know Dig had the worst. Immortals is the worst team. It's horrible. CLG is 7-8-2, I believe.
CLG looked pretty bad this week overall.
CLG, in order for one of the Thieves to get 5th, they would have to have CLG go 8-10. CLG has to lose 2 out of 3 in order for one of the Thieves to get 5th. TSM, Liquid is literally they are holding on by a deer thread. They 2 toughest teams to win 1-1. Surprisingly being FlyQuest.
Because this is the problem is even if they win 3-0, they would have a record of 9-9. Yeah. They don't have a head-to-head against 100 Thieves, and they face haven't they lost the head-to-head to TSM as well?
No, they beat TSM. They lost the head-to-head.
They went 1-1 with TSM. Yeah, they luckily beat TSM in week 1, right? I think.
Yeah, they haven't faced TSM until next week, Wednesday.
Oh no, TSM they're 0-2 against actually.
Who? CLG?
No. Team Liquid is 0-2.
Oh, Team Liquid is 0-2 against TSM and 100 Thieves.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
How are they doing against CLG?
CLG, they won, I think. Sorry, no, they lost. They lost to CLG. Remember? Yeah, I watched that game live. They lost to CLG.
They lost both times or just one?
Remember? No, it was that Dokla Aurelia game where he got that triple kill around the Dragon Pit.
Oh,
remember that? Yeah, so they lost that game.
Okay. That's mean Team Liquid still has.
They literally have to beat CLG this week.
Yeah,
and they're also hoping CLG potentially drops all their games too.
Who's CLG's teams?
Golden Guardians, and Cloud9.
They're going 1-2.
At least 1-2.
At minimum. Golden Guardians is iffy though because they kind of got exposed.
I think
Cloud9 is to me they are the best.
I don't want to say that yet. I want to see this last week play out first.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Jimenez, they found out the weakness was Jimenez, but now it's starting to look like all right, cool. That might expose Berserker, not as the weakest person, but if you could catch him off guard, you can eliminate him easily.
Because, all right, let's start.
Because Fudge is on mostly tanks. That's gonna be tough. Blabber's playing
he plays tanks like he's playing carries.
That's why the carry of the team is Fudge and Blabber, the top laners. Berserker is he's on like 80 carries, but he's like the third carry. The reason why I think Cloud9 is better than FlyQuest, okay, Prince been playing very passive. Speaker's been getting caught out. Like I said, who's the Ayla? Ayla's just it's just one of those things where they brought him in too early. I think they should have just potentially started him in summer. To me, once he didn't get past that of a super week and he wasn't in there, then I would have been like, you got a guy. I would have had Winston somewhere else, but like, okay, do you still want to play with Winston or do you want Ayla? I know Ayla's supposed to be the main guy, but Winston's out there killing it. Because at that point, you were 8-1. You were 8-1. You were flying high. Winston wasn't the reason why you lost to TSM. TSM just caused a slip. Like
No, I think TSM just exposed them for the Falcons have had a good early game at all.
But TSM didn't do as a good job. They, like I said, they caught fly. They caught fly.
I think if you look at it was that it was the first time Falcons actually lost for the season. I remember that was the game where did Prince have Varus or did
but
Neo
like the champion select was not the problem. It was was it not? Trust me, I went back and watched the game. Like because we haven't seen TSM play like that again. Like I said,
that's when they had Neo. Now they have Wild Turtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
This comp definitely. Oh yeah, they got outdrafted hard as hell. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this.
But TSM draft wasn't like outstanding. It was like okay.
Yeah, essentially putting Cho'Gath on that team. I forgot when they actually picked because they counterpicked for Solo. He went down 0-3. I remember that they gave him a lot of jungle pressure. But that doesn't matter though, because the thing here with Cho'Gath is even if you put him down like Sion, as long as he just builds a couple of tank items, he gets next to a bunch of carries. If he throws that knock up, that essentially is a displacement in team fights. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing with FlyQuest is they never build a lead where it was you kept TSM too close. Even like a FlyQuest plays like this, like a team where they're always down at halftime and then they flip the switch. This time they weren't able to flip the switch because you look at it, you're like, okay, when are they going to flip the switch? When are they going to flip the switch? And they just never flipped it. You're like, okay.
I don't think they could have. Their comp is just so massively bad compared to TSM's.
But the thing is, TSM comp, they weren't executing their comp correctly. Even if you but the thing is, even if you outdraft, TSM was not executing the comp.
But that's the point, though. That's the point of that comp is that even if they don't execute it as well as you're thinking, because an LCK team, that game's gonna be over anyway.
But FlyQuest wasn't. See, the thing is, FlyQuest wasn't too far behind. That's why TSM had
but that's the point, though. FlyQuest's comp has to break the game open. If you have a Jace, you need to have the game almost essentially won by 25 minutes in.
Yeah,
almost at least. Or you need a lead big enough.
By 25 minutes, it was anyone's game. It wasn't.
But that's what FlyQuest don't want. FlyQuest don't want to be in that spot if you have a Jace mid and you have a Jinx thresh
that's
bot
what I'm saying when people say, "Oh, it's like not the TSM never did anything completely better than
I agree
with
that. I'm not saying TSM did anything good. I'm saying that FlyQuest didn't play their competition. They didn't up the pace of the tempo of the game. You can't, because the thing is, like I said before with Sion, it doesn't matter what Sion does. Like I said before, remember that Dignitas game? They put him down 3 kills. It didn't matter. Cho'Gath and Sion basically function. Even if you directly put resources to put them down, it doesn't matter because their abilities inherently are useful at everyone in the game. Like if FlyQuest even tried to attempt to go to Baron, all Cho'Gath has to do is just throw up that the knockup that he does with his Q.
Knockup.
That's it.
Yep,
Jinx, Jace, and Thresh and Malka cannot get close to him. Then you simply have Talia poke with her
wall.
What's the thing she does? Her wall. I forgot that other thing. I forgot the Q.
It's the wall.
Yeah.
It's the Q, but using the wall because if you do the wall, they can't even get around.
Talia starts kiting them out and Cho'Gath starts poking them. Yeah, like TSM, they didn't really actually play anything impressive.
Cho'Gath Q with Talia's wall, they can't even get around.
Now couple that up with Varus Qs. Now you have Varus's Q. And you have a con ult.
No, not even Varus Q. If you go Cho'Gath Q, Varus E with the
when he does the
poke
rain of
distance
arrows
and the wall. Yeah. Now you. And the thing is too,
what's up, Gunner? How you doing, man?
What's up, Gunner?
Also, if anyone's watching live, make sure you guys smash the like button as well.
If you lock them, if you lock them from leaving, you lock them if you use the wall behind them, that could have been like a pentakill.
I think it was I think FlyQuest thought that TSM wasn't going to actually play a comp as simple as that is good. It could be a line of disrespect, but to be fair,
I don't think it's disrespect.
It's such an easy comp to play out, though. Like
I think that's what it was too. They played a simple comp, and guess what?
Team, and like you could play that out because there's no way you can play that comp out. Literally, Cho'Gath knocks people up, Talia throws her Qs, and then Varus pokes them.
Because I saw it was disrespect, and I looked. I was like, nah, TSM literally just played the same comp. They was like, all right, cool, we're going.
No, not TSM. FlyQuest thought that. TSM
that's what I'm saying. TSM played the same. Look at how they played. They played the comp the same way. When you have two defensive minded teams, it literally comes down, because the way I look at a league, I look at it for football. or even basketball, if you play a triangle system and you have another team that plays a triangle system and they got a player, in this case, Cho'Gath, who is like if you got Yao Ming guy versus Shaq, Shaq is more dominant, but Yao Ming's taller, and you can't get to the paint. That means you got to now alter your game. Now with Cho'Gath, they have no dragon presence because if he builds in front, you gotta go behind. But if you go behind, you get locked into the pit and you're done. And the same thing with the Baron. Now you're like, oh, okay, now we got. It's like, okay.
Hi, Intensive. How you doing? I smashed the like button harder than MSK smashed his wife last night. I didn't actually smash any wife. I smashed Shaz's wife. There you go.
I smashed MSK's. No, you didn't. Well, wait, I ain't got no wife. Who you talking about?
I got no girlfriend. Who you smashing then?
That's me. You smashed me 1776. That's what you're saying?
I have standards. I have standards. I would never touch her.
I'm gonna break her back in, man.
Oh my goodness. This iteration of Flight Quest won't do shit. Well, this thing, Worlds is in October, man. Let's
Worlds is far distance away. MSI they're getting whacked.
MSI first. MSI's decently close at this point now.
I still gotta watch the Hammer Life versus T1 match because Hammer Life.
I have to watch that. One. I watched Ho versus DK. That was
oh no,
I don't know why Dan won't even drop the game to those guys. They're so fucking bad.
They won T1. Like they've been doing that where they've been like testing other shit to see if that works. Yeah. And sometimes they're like, all right, good, that doesn't work. All right, cool. We'll drop. Yeah,
literally in games 2 and 3, DK showed why they're just so much better than.
Easy.
I don't even call them bro. I call them Ho.
DK literally does what T1 does. Okay, we'll lose game 1, but let's see how good they really are, and then like, all right, cool, their ass. All right, game 2, we'll rev it up.
What's crazy is like people were over exaggerating how much Showmaker actually was underperforming. He wasn't underperforming that badly. Like, yeah, he was. You could tell his gameplay was kind of suspect for a little bit, but if people have actually been watching the games, this man's still on fire. If you watched his LeBlanc game last night and you told me that man's still not in his right state of mind, you are a crackhead. That man was clapping people. If I could play LeBlanc as good as that man, I would get all the bitches. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put up the poll. Make sure you guys obviously like the stream. Greatly helps out. We'll be talking more LCS in just a moment. I'm just put the poll for a second. And we'll probably start with the ladder and move down. Like I said before, when it comes to Dignitas, I really, really, truly fucking don't like talking about the team.
Okay. Dignitas went on, was it? No. They went 1-1 this week?
They went 1-1 because they beat CLG. I'm being honest with everybody. That CLG game, I watched it and I straight up passed out. And
I watched it and I'm like, all right, cool. How the fuck do we lose to this fucking team? CLG's ass. Okay, and they got whacked by 100 C's. They only got 2 kills. It was both on Tenacity, and it literally would take a 5v1 to kill Tenacity, and then they blew out their fucking summoners. They like Jensen was literally just blowing summoners, trying to kill Tenacity. They finally kill him, and then he gets murdered. It was like what 18-2. Like get the fuck out of it. They was down damn near 10 out of gold. Like Dignitas is trash. I'm sorry, they're so bad. They're absolute dog shit.
Like, the best way of truly analyzing Dig is trying to not give yourself AIDS when watching that fucking team play. Now, people said, well, didn't Jensen lose to Bjergsen twice the split? Does that, I mean, I guess. If your team is 4 bots, you're going to lose to anybody at that point,
Like, the only team that nobody else tried to try, but I think he looks.
Because I know Sean, he said, well, Jensen had a bad split. Literally, guys, he's been their best performing player.
Jensen's the only one trying. Santorin looks done. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't really call this a bad split because the problem here with calling this a bad split is like if he was individually playing like shit and running it down, that's a bad split. He's literally the only person in their games doing anything, trying to get any leads, build any momentum in their games. Like, if you're able to do that on a team this bad, I would not call that a bad split by any stretch, at all.
Right. I think Santorin being on Team Liquid did a lot of harm to him. I think that
he was so good last year toward summer.
I think
when Team Liquid were basically just falling apart, he was their consistent rock. I think people didn't give him enough credit last year for how good he played.
I think that's why he's just mentally out of it. I think
I'll say that in spring he was kind of suspect, but in summer I thought he played really. I thought summer was his best split I think I've ever seen that guy play ever. And this is saying a lot. I haven't watched this guy since 2015. This guy he's had his Xerxes moments, I thought for Team Liquid that Santorin, the way he was playing for them, in summer, even in the playoff series to go to Worlds. I thought he played great. Literally, if you guys go back and watch his Sejuani play, it's really good, actually. Another thing here with Dignitas, because like I hate watching this team. Like I hate seeing Jensen, someone I love to death, just be on a team this shit. I know Riot did their little like duos with Armut and fucking Closer, but guys, I know you've seen it in the chat too for like the LCS chat when the stream is going. You know, people are like, Armut's not been that bad. This is how I can tell people are either one new or they just don't know what the hell you're watching,
or it's copium. It's got to be copium. I swear
or the
to
fourth
God,
one is you legitimately just don't understand how League works or how Champion functions, and that's fine too.
Or you don't watch dig games. Just admit that you don't watch dig games, please.
Because for a bunch of people in this live stream chat to be like, he's not been that bad. I think people are over exaggerating. Then I know for sure either one, you are so bad at the fucking game, you don't know shit, or that pretty much always showed me a person who can barely lane on any champion is not okay. Like Revenge, he is not okay. Revenge is straight up trash. Okay, Revenge is bad, like legitimately awful. I don't know what people see in this guy. Revenge is the same way. People are like, he's a nice guy. I love him. He's such a cool guy. Revenge is such an awesome dude. That's great.
And
why does this guy suck?
You just got to keep saying and.
I swear, like, people like that could have one good game the entire year. I'm not talking like one good game in 3 weeks. One good game in most splits.
And people are dick riding.
Well, no, it's this thing of like, people are just so forgiving for no reason. Like, get Revenge a better team. How about get him off out of the LCS? How about that, actually? Because he's dog shit. Kenvi is so bad. Kenvi and Revenge will have their one good game an entire year and still not win games. Has Revenge ever carried a game outside of, like, the one set Camille game that he had last year? I don't think this guy's ever actually been a carry of anything. I've never seen this guy play Renekton, Sion, Gnar, Set, Camille. I've never seen this guy play one top lane champion and actually have a sustainable lead where he actually did anything with it and or get a lead and or actually not go down 3 turret plates, 50 CS in less than 30 minutes.
And then also the person whose name represents who he is, Flushy.
Oh, full ass?
Flushy, aka Squishy. Because this motherfucker, he loves to play Squishy champion. I mean, this motherfucker takes 2 hits, he's gone.
Like for full ass, like when people talk about him, I think it's he's Nautilus. He has to. That first of all, yes. Thank you, Noob 445. Yes, Nautilus inherently has to go in. He's an engaged support, but we're talking about laning phase. We're talking about roaming. We're talking about walking up and trading properly. That he's completely horrible. Like watching Dig and IMT, I don't think the LCS has a 9th place team. I think we just have 2 10th place teams.
Yeah, no, we do.
Like there's no upside to Dignitas outside of Jensen, right? So if you wanted to put Dig 9th because of just Jensen, like fair enough, I guess. But IMT is just so bad. Ablaze Olive actually just stopped playing with the team. He knew there was no way this team could ever do anything, and he was like taking a break. I forgot what he said. Mental health issues or it was personal issues. His personal issues was that scrims suck. They're probably getting fisted in scrims, and he sees no faith in this team.
According to Reddit, apparently, Marlins had the worst scrims. Apparently, even Dig has better scrims.
You don't say.
It's what it is.
You don't say, right? Is that shocking when you're watching the stage games? People say, but scrims don't matter compared to the stage games. All right, so I understand that point of view. But if there's
practice doesn't matter.
Well, no, the thing is that if correlation starts standing up together, it's like, well, if Dig and IMT are not good in scrims and their stage records are showing that, then yeah, I would imagine their scrims aren't that good because their stage games are dog shit. And people said, yeah, I've never understood that either. No, your practice definitely matters.
Yep, they do.
If someone says your practice doesn't matter, tell Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, practice don't mean shit, and good luck trying to be on that team ever again. That's just me. Just try that. Go up to Faker, tell him his scrims don't matter, and tell him fucking scrims don't mean shit. Tell him solo queue don't mean nothing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll never be his teammate ever again. But you know what? It's cool. You can just chill back and relax and not win trophies and just be a fucking homeless bum. Like, Revenge and Kenvi aren't immortals who won't be winning anything. The thing here, guys, is IMT and Dignitas will never even sniff a 3rd place match. So, they're lucky to even make playoffs at the time. And by playoffs, I mean get knocked out in round 1 and you're the lowest seeds, you get one shot, and then you're in the loser's bracket and you get the better team and you get knocked out anyway. So yeah, I just don't get why people were like, oh, Armor's not been that bad. Oh, people are so fucking bad at this game.
People just need to admit that they don't watch dig games. Oh yeah, I don't really watch dig games like that. Okay,
or they could admit they don't know how champions function, what they should be doing in the game at certain moments in the game. Because like how I got better at watching League was trying to understand that specific champion and what is that specific champion good at. If someone is playing Jace and they are not up in CS, pushing the tempo of the game, pushing down turret plates, late. Okay, go watch Kana play Jace on Dam 1. Yeah, he died a couple of times because obviously if you play that far forward, you're going to get ganked. But if you just watch how that guy plays the champion itself, you're going to go, wow, that's how the champion should be played. Yes, because, gee, I wonder why. Guys, these guys are bad. Like, Santorin invades horribly. Like, I don't know what happened. They just lost faith in this team. All these guys have lost faith in each other. They're already out of playoffs. These rosters will be changed coming into summer. If IMT keep revenging Kenvi again, okay, sure. Remember, Revenge had Power of Evil, was really good at a certain point. Xerxes was on his team. Xerxes doesn't count. That guy was just fucking trash. Like, there's been good players around Revenge, but no, he's just not good. Neither is Tactical either. Tactical sucks. This whole team is just bad. I feel so bad for Balulu and having his like breakout split in the LCS, his first split, amount to basically just his Vel'Koz game was really good, actually. His Vel'Koz game was great, but imagine Kenvi had his first good game like ever in the LCS, like legit ever. And they still lost because he's just so brain dead. He doesn't know how to move around the map. He just doesn't understand anything. Honestly, this man just thought just going out on Viego and just trying to kill people is how you play Viego. Oh, fucking kill me now. So agony watching this guy play. Fuck. So, Team Liquid. Team Liquid had the one good game against FlyQuest. They actually got a pretty good win on their record to beating FlyQuest. Thankfully, because the thing here is if they had lost to FlyQuest and they lost to Cloud9, they'd be out of playoffs themselves right now. They're pretty much out of playoffs anyway. If you look at how the other teams have already won more games and how they've already, given how most scenarios should play out, they shouldn't be making playoffs, right? Because right now, there's 3 teams tied at 7 and 8. Golden Guardians are pretty much in at 9 and 6.
Yeah, they're the 4th best team.
Right. So
yeah, CLG. No, CLG is what, 8 and 7?
7 and 8.
They're 7 and 8.
Underneath CLG and TSM are all tied at 7 and 8.
Okay, CLG. Okay, this is crazy. CLG has the tiebreaker over 100 seeds. 100 seeds right now has the tiebreaker over TSM. But TSM
tiebreakers over none of them.
Yeah, it's like that's mean they gotta go 3-0 and hope every team goes 0-3, and that's not even possible.
Kind of.
It's not even possible.
They would have to go 3-0 themselves. Then they would have to hope that other teams lose key matches in order to get a tiebreaker, maybe potentially.
And the crazy thing about it is that 2 of the teams face each other. That's when one of the teams at least getting a win. Plus another team playing Immortals. That's
automatically a free win.
Plus Team Liquid got the hardest schedule out of all of them.
Yeah, they have a dig game.
They got a dig, but then they got C9.
No, they played C9 this week, remember?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they got smoked. Yeah,
they played COG again.
COG, okay.
And they play against EG.
Okay. Okay, EG goes against.
This is the problem, though. Even if they go 3-0, they're still banking on that other teams lose certain key games, as well as hoping the tiebreaker scenario gets them into playoffs, while also having no head-to-heads either.
If they lose one game, they're done because they'll be at most 8 and 10, and all these teams gotta do is win 2 games. If that TSM 100,
this happened with Mad Lions last year in spring. They went 3-0 and they had the similar record. It seemed like they still didn't make it because because that's the problem with dropping that many games and not winning enough games to make up the score differences. If other teams are already ahead of you in the standings, they're most likely just getting in just off being ahead alone, So for Team Liquid, I know people saw that FlyQuest game and like, my God, Piosik, world champion. Piosik had his one good game the entire split. Guys, we're about to be in week 8. This man has had one standout game. One. I want people to actually name me a game he actually looked good outside of this one because I didn't see any. I don't know where they are.
The dig game, but those don't count.
Hey man, about Maokai. If you look bad on Maokai, you need to uninstall.
Hey man, he was good on that game. He was good on that.
If you look bad on nobody, you can't. It's hard to look bad on Maokai. If you look bad on Maokai, you need to unplug your computer. Quit playing League of Legends because one of the simplest champions on this planet. Oh Lord! But people said, "Well, this is the Team Liquid that we thought. Well, this is the Team Liquid that we thought we were gonna see." It's a little too late now, and it didn't matter because when they played against Cloud9, it looked like shit anyway. Yeah, you got your upset against FlyQuest, who we'll talk about later. That's been a bit iffy. But Team Liquid, yeah, I don't really care that their jungler had one standout game. Congratulations, great. You played bad for literally 8 weeks in a row. That doesn't mean shit to me. You're not making, and let's be honest, they're pretty much not making playoffs anyway. So, what else? I think Summit's played a bit better, honestly. There's nothing he can really do, guys. I mean, they're putting him on tank duty. His goal is to literally absorb pressure, be a tank, absorb pressure, and have them do the backline do the damage. They can't even do that right. I don't know what to say anymore. This is so disappointing. I don't know. Do Team Liquid make roster changes going into summer? I would imagine that they do, because this is looking like it's not going to pan out for them. If they don't make any roster changes and go back with the same roster, I just don't feel as if it's going to really change anything. Actually, you still have the same issues. Harry's been a massive liability. When he does get leads, just really can't do anything with them. Actually, they've put Summit on tank duty, so he doesn't int as much, and he actually is playing pretty good on them, but the team is not competent enough to actually understand and utilize how to actually play a basic front-to-back team fighting composition. That's ridiculous. Oh my God, they're so fucking bad. It's so disappointing watching these guys. Oh my, people are like, why do you watch the LCS? I don't know anymore, but it is fun to watch these. You're just watching a train wreck. You know it's gonna crash at some point, but you just want to see it crash. Who's next? TSM. TSM benched Neo and brought in Wild Turtle. Now, I will say this though, Wild Turtle actually had some pretty standout games. Actually, he was actually one of the main reasons why they actually won the Immortals game. He was actually a very key component in their TSM game as well. I will say that. Didn't he play last week with Team TSM? Yeah, he did. He played in the Team Liquid game. Did he? Actually, do I have that wrong? Did he play against Team Liquid? Because I'm pretty sure Wild Turtle played against Team Liquid with TSM.
I don't believe so.
I think he did. Did he?
I don't think he was.
Or maybe it's just this week. Did he? I know he got something. I know he played both games this week. But I'm trying to see if he was something last week. I'm pretty sure he was.
I think he might have came in late week 6? No, 6.
Let me see.
It was week 6 he came in, right?
Because I'm pretty sure he was playing Zeri in this game. One of these games against Team Liquid, or one of them was playing Zeri. No, he was. Yeah, I remember. He was in the TSM Team Liquid game. He played Ezreal, actually. No, he was popping off in Ezreal. Yeah, he played it. Yeah, I remember this game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, TSM benched Neo, and Neo for sure was their weakest link. He was playing extremely bad. I thought he was going to play a bit better, but I think Neo is going to be one of those players where people go, was Afromu the reason why he was ever playing good? And it's kind of looking like without Afromu, he's looking pretty clueless on the map. You know? That's why I tell people, your support matters a lot to how a good ADC can look. And also vice versa too, But remember, because there used to be a Neo and Aphromu bot lane. They used to play on Dignitas, and they played for FlyQuest at one point. No, it was they played for Dignitas. I for sure remember that. And people said Neo looked good, and people also said, "Does Neo only look good because he's playing with Aphromu?" Now, when Neo's been on other teams too. But the thing here with this team is that if you watch Neo play, he's playing extremely bad, too scared, not dishing out enough damage, being scared of using basic abilities when he's not gonna get hurt anyway. Like, I don't know what. Maybe he was nervous on stage. I don't know, but he was just playing really bad. So putting in Wild Turtle has definitely worked. I'll say Wild Turtle has definitely played good. Actually, I'll say that he's played honestly pretty good, all things considered. He's pretty much a main. You can tell that he is helping out in the shot calling department in the mid game for TSM, given that they're making different decisions when they release voice comms. I don't think TSM releases voice comms, but it just looks like they're a bit more coordinated than they were before now that they put in Wild Turtle. Do I still think that changes them that much? I don't know, but they do look better, so I can say that. They actually have a weak side, consistent carry threat that they can potentially play through if need be. I think Maple, people probably won't have Maple as high as I will, probably in my all-pro team, but I think Maple has looked pretty good all split. I can think he's had a few bad games here and there, but I think Maple has looked great. Like, those Talia games are awesome. Solos looked solid overall. I think that Chime has looked somewhat okay. They have a weird team. Like, Boogie can look good at various moments, but can easily run it down when he just doesn't really have an idea of what to really do on the map when it's kind of like in a neutral state. If it's in a neutral game state, he just makes so many bad decisions, right? So that's just how I see it. They had that really, really close game against Immortals, but Wild Turtle played really well on Caitlyn. And yeah, guys, Caitlyn at 40 minutes of the game will essentially two-shot people because she's disgusting. And that's why you should never have Caitlyn at 40 minutes of the game, because that should be an auto win, actually. All right, let's go to CLG. CLG lost to Dignitas.
Yep. In a game that they never had a chance in.
So I'll say this, though, because I think a lot of that Dig game comes down to Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol is just disgusting. That is a busted champion. Now, and that's what happens a lot with League of Legends, is like there will be a champion that is a little bit outdated, and then Riot will rework them, then a champion just busted. As you're seeing right now, the Aurelion Sol rework is like just completely insane.
Yep.
Like, oh, this is the game where Jensen was playing Cassiopeia. Yeah. I think Cassiopeia is a good counter to Aurelion Sol. Obviously, what hurts Aurelion Sol is having other champions that can definitely attack you from a distance where you can't have to get close to him. But I think that as the game goes on, I think both champions offer some similar stuff. I would probably prefer Cassiopeia's ult a bit more if you're trying to be in side lanes, and obviously an ADC can't get close to you because you have your Miasma, you have your Twin Fangs, you have your Petrifying Gaze, but Aurelion Sol matters a bit more if you're having straight 5v5s. So it's kind of depending on how you want to do it. I know Dardoch said Dig essentially scapegoated Tomo, or sorry, they scapegoated Spawn so that they could put in Tomo. I don't think Tomo's looked as good either, if I'm being honest here. The only reason why I even said Tomo will look slightly better than Spawn is because Spawn, it was just awful, bad.
Tomo is willing to take more calculated risk than Spawn. Spawn just like Spawn looks like he's just scared. He is like, and then when he does go in for a move, it's just like, why would you do that? It's one of those things where it just never went right. Yeah,
like my thing here with Spawn was he was just awful. Man couldn't play. I don't know. It's not he couldn't play the champions. It's more like, what are you doing? This is so bad. He's just so bad. But Tomo's not that much better either. But at least he's willing to do something. He's not just willing to just roll over and die. And if that's the standard Dig have for their ADCs, basically we need an ADC that at least attempts to try. I guess. CLG's issue that I saw this week was the drafting really hurt them. And I don't really know why they do this. CLG will draft in a way where they'll give themselves like one win condition, and then after that, they'll have comps where they have a lot of playmaking, but then struggle on how to play out these the compositions. Actually, like that's my biggest thing with CLG, because if you look back on some of these drafts, they're horrible. That CLG EG game draft was pitiful. That was the one where everyone's like, oh my god, Ryoma's back. Guys, Ryoma is dog shit. Ryoma fucking sucks. Ryoma is pitiful. Ryoma is so fucking bad. This man has to play with Inspired. I'm pretty sure Inspired won that game, not Ryoma. Ryoma is fucking horrible. Here,
he didn't do that bad though. Like that's the thing.
Because here's what people don't know about little boy Ryoma. Because someone said he played so well. Would EG start that guy next year?
No,
would he be their automatic starter? No.
JoJo's just better, but it's like, well, like when JoJo's sick, like you gotta like.
No. He stepped in and played a decent Azir game. Azir and Orianna are like his only champions he's ever been good on.
And guess what? He smashed with Azir. Azir wasn't like he wasn't like he was playing. He was damn near not the reason why they were winning team fights, but the reason why the team fights were damn near like lopsided. Like,
well, because if you give him anything else, he's just bad. Like he's just non-existent. He's not bad in the traditional sense of like he's gonna make a bunch of outplays and just fail or.
He only has like two primary champions.
His primary focus is I lane, and if I don't actually just get straight up destroyed, then I'm good. That's pretty much what he does.
He's pretty much, if you take away his two picks in draft, he might be screwed. So
because the problem, because like the thing, if you remember, Ryoma used to play for 100 Thieves. He used to be their mid laner for a good decent minute. At one point was their starter. Then they brought in Demonte for a bit, and then Demonte had a lot of issues with FBI closer and and then they said that the team was going to mentally implode with Demonte, so they opted into playing someone worse than Demonte so that they wouldn't mentally implode, to put in Ryoma, a player who's just straight up fucking bad. And then
he might be bad, but it was like
that was the only thing. They only played him because it was going to mentally break them playing with Demonte.
Was Demonte good, or was he like?
It was. He
wasn't worth the headache. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like Poe Belter is probably the best native enemy we've ever had. He was never a Poe Belter level. He was someone who he would try to make proactive plays. Like he was probably about a 5 out of 10, right? He had his upsides when he did, but when he was playing with the 100 Thieves, apparently because remember this was the same roster that was Golden Guardians beforehand. They brought him all over. It was just 4 of them plus Someday. Apparently something had happened in scrims or practice where they just didn't like playing with him anymore. So they opted into playing with Ryoma, a person they liked. Even though he was worse, they liked playing with him more, even though he was just a direct worse player in every regard. It's probably NA mid standards too. So we're not fighting for top tier quality here, Yeah. And then after, so if you guys remember, the last split Ryoma played was the 2021 LCS Spring Split. It was the match to be in top 3. So they were playing for top 3. Essentially, you would have got 100. That's when 100 Thieves got 4th. And after that, they brought over Abadage because they realized Ryoma, even though he's better with the team, then
he's better with the team. He's not better overall
start mid laner because 100 Thieves never had a good mid laner ever until Abadage. So when they got rid of Ryoma, magically they want to split.
Pretty much at that point, they needed a player that worked with the team that was also good. Ryoma was good with the team, but was ass. And
literally ass. If you go back and watch his play, it's horrible.
If Demontes was a good player,
it's not bad just watching him lane. It's what he does with anything. He's just so bad. The only reason why he played was because Papa Smithy and him come from the same region. Papa Smithy was the team. What was he? The team director.
What region do they come from?
Australia. They're both Aussies. So you can kind of see what I'm saying, right?
Oh, okay.
He was this Aussie boy, and then he let him nepotism at its finest. But then right when they got a better mid laner that could actually, carry, do things good mid laners do, he was like, yeah, I like you, but get the fuck out.
Okay. It's one of those, we cool and all, but it's just business.
Yeah. You're like, this is the thing. I do feel kind of bad for him because he got many chances. So I can't really feel bad for him. He got a chance to be their full starter for a whole year. He had multiple chances to be an LCS mid. He's just not good. He's just really. That's what people are making fun of that guy in chat, calling him Tommy. He's got that. People are not saying that because he's good. People are making fun of this dude.
Tommy.
Yeah, his name is actually Tommy.
Oh, I was like, okay. I like they were typing that in the chat. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, his real name is Tommy. So
okay, I was like,
every time I think of Tommy, I think of fucking Power Rangers and shit. But that's just me.
That's the only way to say Tommy. What the like? I mean, just thinking of Rugrats or Power Rangers. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, Tommy? The fuck?
Oh god. So this game with COG. So people have said, "Oh, MSK, why is this comp bad from COG? You have one damage source." Yes, in theory, Gragas does do damage.
Gragas does
not consistent damage because the reason why it's not consistent is because you have to land it all. But if you're good, that's how it works, guys. You need a fuck. How do you explain this stuff? So
you do, but then you got a sign that could kill you twice. You got a Poppy that Aspire is really good on against a Vi.
Also, Poppy directly counters Vi with her steadfast presence, which is her W. So Vi can't get in. Vi can't get out.
And then you got a Azir that could like literally just block everything, like,
and also poke out Vi. Azir also outranges.
You got a Cassante that's 2 levels behind. Like you got a Cassante that's 2 levels behind us at 31 minutes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
right? Yeah. That's the thing is, Kalista, if they're going to draft this kind of composition, then Kalista's not the ADC to do that for. First of all, if you want to play Kalista, it's one of those champs. If you don't get ahead, she falls out pretty hard.
And then
if you want to play composition like that, you play Aphelios, you play Jinx, you play, I don't know, anybody that actually has damage as the game scales up.
And then
not Kalista who falls off in 20 minutes, essentially.
Plus Vi was squishy this whole game right there. Like,
yeah, what's Vi supposed to like? They actually threw in Vi into that. I would get off stage and be like, "You're playing."
And Nautilus also Poon just didn't play him well.
Yeah, Nautilus is gonna hook the Poppy and get essentially everybody killed. That's what he does. All you just get in front of walls, smash people in front of walls, put your hammer on their booty holes, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Just all you W, Q to the wall, booty in that, hammer in the ass. That's it. You're dead. That's it.
And then you got the
Look at what they can't do anything. Look at what they can't do shit.
And then you got FBI on your ass.
Oh my goodness. So I want to see who they actually chose to ban. So this is the problem with COG's draft is that they take away the Tristana, right? That could have been their consistent damage threat. Tristana has damage early, mid, and late. They took that away. So this is already an L. They took away one of the biggest hyperscaling champions in the game if you're going to play this style of composition. Then you take away Caitlyn, who could be good, mid, and good, late, mid, and early. Okay. L. EG doesn't ban any of the consistent damage ADCs. Nothing.
I don't even think he's ADC.
Fucking horrible. Yeah.
What's the first champion that they banned?
For CLG, they banned Sejuani.
No, EG. Who's that champion?
Aurelion Sol, because he's disgusting.
Oh yeah, you don't give Power Fox.
If you give up Aurelion Sol, you can cut off my hands. I'm not playing that game.
If you give Aurelion Sol a Power Fox, you might as well just shake their hair right there and then, because
if you're gonna play this comp, why are you yourself banning out Tristana? If you yourself are gonna play this comp, then why ban Caitlyn round 1? In round 1 of the drafting, why are you banning Caitlyn? If you're gonna play a comp like this, Caitlyn's fine.
Yeah, it depends on who got banned first, because
because you go 1-2, 1-2, then you do 3, then 1-2, 1-2.
Because at that point, if they banned Annie, I would have picked Caitlyn then. I was like, okay.
Well, because they probably thought they were going to take Caitlyn Ashe, which makes sense. But then if you see the bot lane right there, you're like, okay, they're taking Varus. Cool. I'll just take the Tristana and then just play my scaling damage comp.
Because I think the issue is they didn't know what Ryoma was going to play. That was that X factor, because they thought, okay, they're going to put Varus on Ryoma. I'm like,
they didn't give Ryoma any bans except for Orianna, because if he gets he's his only good champions are these two. So you got to take away one of them, because they're pinching him in draft. They're like, okay, if you don't take Azir, then what are you going to be playing? Because they know if he doesn't play Azir or Orianna, he's essentially just a walking L. Yeah. So Inspire. That's why they counterpick. That's why they say that it's always important in draft for anyone who's watching this to understand what is the last person that gets the priority in the draft. Who got the last priority? Contracts and Inspired. There's a reason why the counter picks were Inspired, because they realized if he doesn't get a good champion to do anything on, they're going to be looking at a L probably. That's why they saved their counter picks for Dokla and Contracts, because Dokla has been good this split, I guess, kind of. Right? Sorry, Michael Jordan's outside.
He has just revved up that engine.
So what do you think, man, about CLG this week?
They just look bad. They just look bad. They didn't do anything good. They got outdrafted by, like, I think them too. They took a risk by banning one of the two guys for Ryoma, and it to me, I think they banned the wrong champion. I think they should have banned Azir.
So who do we talk about? All right, so now we're at 100 Thieves. Okay, so I think 100 Thieves. I think Closer looked pretty good.
He looked better.
Now that's the Closer I thought was going to be actually. I thought I was going to get during the split.
I think now the coaching. I think now they're getting back to a coaching style that's a little easier, where they're. I
don't know what Nuke Duck did or what that new assistant head coach did, but I really don't know, because it's hard to really judge what the coaches actually do, because we never see what they really do.
Yeah.
But whatever he did, whatever he told them, worked out pretty good, because this looked like a team I was like, okay, this is a team that I thought was going to see most of the time. Not like the best, but they're always popping off.
Yeah.
No, this is the team that I thought I was going to get. Now, I think Closer did look good. Closer looked like this. He should have got Player of the Week. I should not have been. Amenas played good too, but I thought he should have got Player
I think
of the Week.
Amenas played more consistently on a better team. A lot of times now I've seen with Player of the Week, it goes to the better team. It usually goes to the. It usually a lot of times goes to who's more consistent, and it's like it's week to week.
Who did 100 Thieves face this week? Oh, Golden Guardians. Okay, here's the game. Got it. Okay, so I think Closer played good. I don't think Double played particularly very well.
I think they took the hand out of doing the double comp, and they literally went, okay,
Closer was like, hey, I'm just going to fucking play the game my way.
Because
that gets you wins, I guess. Sure, fine.
Because the comp,
Gory had a pretty bad week. This was Gory's worst week by far. He looked like he was all out of sorts.
Closer went on Lee Sin, and it was a wrap from there. I'm like, you don't give Closer Lee Sin.
Licorice playing that far forward with no vision.
Look, Golden Guards was literally just. It felt like early game they were feeding. It was like, okay, what the fuck are you doing?
Between Closer and Amenas, you could go either or. I think Closer had a massively great standout week.
I think Closer had a better week overall, but Amenas.
Man, look at Busio. This man finally got on a lane in 8 weeks and win a cleared award. I'm proud of him. We're getting somewhere. We're doing something. He's roaming, guys. He's finally making plays. We're only just 7 weeks in.
Hey, man, sometimes all you need is new scenery. Just,
My man was sitting in lane just chilling, playing dog shit mages that he wasn't even good at, to playing Rakan and looking like he was competent at doing anything.
Yeah, just give him the fat man. Just give him the fat man. Just give him tanks. That's what you gotta do. Just give him tanks and tell him, okay, you go take all the fucking bullets.
Like, even if he makes bad decisions when he's roaming, I don't care. At least he's attempting to do something. That's all I want out of him. At least don't just be a walking ward or a walking bag of money. Do anything on the map.
Yeah.
Now, the problem here is that people are probably going to look at these wins that they got and go, this team's reformed. Guys, they are 3-9 in their last games. You know how much of a win percentage that is? That's probably like a 15% win average. How about you see these next 3 games and we'll see it played out.
3-9.
Yeah, they're 3-9 in their last games, actually. Because they were 2-8 when they faced this team, right? And then they won against Dig. Right? Yeah. They were 1-7 in their last games.
Yeah, 1-7. They
played 2 more. They played 2 more games and it went.
They're 4-8.
They're 4-8. Are they?
Yeah. Now you said 3-9. I'm like, they don't got 9 losses.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
it's 18 games. So the last 9. Let me see.
Yeah, last 9 games they went like serious. I think it was 2-7 or 2-7, and then the last 9, but not 3-9.
This is the match head-to-head right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's right. What I'm trying to think is like, where do you see the last stretched games? Oh, here I'm a moron. Oh my goodness. So, where would start the first round robin? It would be
FlyQuest was their first round
robin.
Yeah,
week 5 is where it starts, right?
Yeah, they lost to
1,
FlyQuest,
2,
then they beat Team Liquid, and then they lost to Cloud9, and then they lost.
Yeah, that's where the losing streak starts. So
no, the losing streak started before.
Yeah. So we have 1.
They lost.
2.
No, they lost 1, win 1, and then they lost 2, and then they won. Because their losing streak goes all the way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. All right. So what was wrong with this game? All right. So basically, there's not really much analysis that I'll do right now. I gotta wait. But here's what it is. Look at what Licorice does. I just want people to watch what Licorice does. That's how just bad this is. This is already bad. This is already bad for lots of different reasons. Yeah. 100 Thieves doing the dragon is Golden Guardian starts the dragon. That's fine. I guess their Zeri is kind of ahead of the Zaya actually. So Licorice is in Fog of War, right?
Yep.
And they try to go all in on Busio, which they really should not have.
Yep.
Then Licorice comes over the wall and just completely misses everything. And I'm just watching this Golden Guardians team. Like, how could a team go from being so hot in a certain moment to just being so troll? Like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so let's see. Let me slow this down just a little bit. So they should get the dragon, right? And River gets the dragon. Then, right there, closer lens, Sonic Wave. Busio gets 2 people knocked up, and then Lee Sin just kicks 2 people in. Realistically, they probably should not have been taking dragon in that position until the Renekton gets closer. Or you just give it over.
Yeah.
I don't think giving it over would hurt you that much, considering the fact that they already had another dragon already. But Golden Guardians already started soul stacking, so it's a weird one to really go over. Because in this game, I think Stixxay played better in this game, actually. I think he played better. The problem here is it doesn't really matter when your Lee Sin is just fucking fisting people. Literally fisting people.
Yep.
Like they dove tenacity. It's part of the game. It doesn't matter, guys. The Beerson's already too far ahead of Gory. If Azir is that far ahead of you and Azir's already poking you out, walk to lane. You're about to get 3-shotted. He's literally just put up 2 soldiers and he'll just say, "Come challenge me," and you won't because you're gonna die. Actually, Renekton's not ahead. River and Gory synergy was all over the fucking place. He was playing Soraka, so I don't know what he's gonna really contribute to the game, honestly. Outside of just heals. What else ended up happening? Yeah, Closer had a great game. He had a fantastic game. This Dig game, I mean, it's against Dignitas. I did not. There was no way they were gonna lose to Dig. I did not think for a second they would ever lose to Dig at all because Dig are too bad. They're like, damn, girl, you were trying to get my fucking fist in your butt. Damn.
Yeah, you stupid.
Your booty hole tastes good. But okay. Okay, so this is the game where, this was all bad. This was just disgustingly bad. Closer is like, okay, I'm playing Viego. Closer's best champions are Lee Sin and Viego. I mean, just popping off hard. Did Tenacity have a good week? I think they all had a pretty good week outside of like Double Lift. I think this was Double's weakest week by far, but it's okay if the other players are gonna step up and carry. Actually, like if Closer gonna carry that hard, then Double just shut the fuck up. I'll just carry the game. Now he needs to do that though. Like, because I'm gonna be honest here, their playstyle was not hitting it. Also, the playstyle of their front to back team fighting was awful. It looks like they did improve on the things that I saw just looking at them, but I need to see it. I need to see how this plays out for the next 3 games. It's so easy to go like, okay, they did it 1 week. I gotta see it again. The reason why I have to see it again is because I have to see it. Okay, was this a week they just were just good, or was this a week where other teams were not playing as well as they could have and just gave up free priority on the map in certain positions that they shouldn't be, But then again, Pearson's best champion he's played on outside of Swain is Talia, When he plays Talia, he actually looks like he wants to actually engage in the map. I don't know what's with these guys, man. Oh, Lord. When they're playing like their comfort champions, they look like fucking different human beings on the map. But then again, it's good that they finally got to a 2-0. And this is a very, very key 2-0 because it all leads them up. As we set up the narratives, it all leads it up to this match right here. TSM versus the 100 Thieves, the match of the week. Whoever wins this basically secures playoffs, actually. Whew.
Yep.
That's going to be a banger. Hopefully. Please. Mercy. Please. Okay, let that be a banger game.
Go back down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Want to see TSM Dig. Okay, that's me. Both
EG 100 Thieves.
Both 100 and TSM play very tough games. But they also play very easy games.
One wash game.
100 Thieves got IMT last. TSM got FlyQuest last. Within that day 2, 100 Thieves got EG and TSM got Dig. That's me. They both got. It's like who. The thing is, who you think got a tougher game? I think TSM has a tougher week. I think because Dig plays tough, but they can beat them. But now TSM is going against Fly, who's going to want to keep that number 1.
TSM did beat Fly before. That's possible.
But it's like okay, that like they're not going to fall for that same trap again. I think Fly really wants to get number 1 seed. That's why I think they're going to play.
The first match is also very, very important. That battle for first place matters a lot. Now, to be fair, there's not much that difference between first and second, but you want to get first. If you can play for first, you want to get first.
Because think about it, that week, if Fly beats C9 now is okay. Fly has to go. Fly just has to.
It will secure first place because they'll have the head-to-head. Remember, Fly beat them earlier when they were playing Dick Flex. Playing,
but
mid.
But if C9 got the rest of the week, it's just cakewalk. It's like if C9 wins, they got first. It's easy. It's not close. Because Fly got one of the toughest weeks besides TL. Like no, not even TL, CLG, because CLG has Golden Guardians, a Team Liquid that's fighting for dear life. Like that might be a
fighting for dear life. Let's be honest here. They're not making playoffs.
Like,
because realistically, because I know people play with all these scenarios. Realistically, guys, they're not making.
No. Realistically, they still have a chance. It's a slim chance, but they as long as they're not mathematically eliminated, they still have a chance.
Most of those chances are usually less than 10%. Usually,
but like watching NFL, where I see a team have a one literally this year, like fucking Detroit Lions win and they still end up losing. Like I said, they're like Seattle Seahawks were literally eliminated earlier because Green Bay had the head-to-head, and then they still ended up making the playoff. Like I said, if you still have more than a 1% chance, it's never over.
Yeah. I know. I see what you're saying. You're basically saying if there's a chance that you might as well still.
To me, it comes to this. This is how I see it. Team Liquid is still going to be in the playoffs hunt. As long if they beat Dick, if they lose to Dick, they're done. That's just they're done. TSM 100 seeds. Whoever wins still gives Team Liquid hope, and whoever loses out of that is on a prayer, hoping that the other team loses the rest of the week. For me, I think Team Liquid's better chance is that TSM wins over 100 seeds. Because they'll have the better hope for it, and then you go day 2 with Team Liquid. Team Liquid has to beat CLG. If they beat CLG, they give them a chance. And now if CLG goes 0-2, now CLG is in that spot where they're in the same area as Team Liquid. Now they're like, all right, cool. Where now CLG's hoping. Now is. You get Team Liquid EG. It's right here.
Yeah, because for me, I think it's because it's not even just that I pretty much hope that they're mathematically out. Just given their gameplay, I don't think they're winning their games.
They're 6-9, and the other 2 are 7-8. All right.
Realistically, they're not going to make it over those other 3. There's not a chance. They have no head-to-heads.
They have no head-to-heads, but
and
okay.
they're hoping that those other 3 teams
I'm gonna give
either
you
lose enough games to make up the difference, and they won't get a tiebreaker. The problem is they would have to literally lose.
I'm gonna give you a
scenario
that gets them in, because now at this point, 100 seeds the CLG are in by like head-to-head. CLG's 5th, 100 seeds is 6th. Go back down. I'm gonna give you the scenario that gets Team Liquid in, but they'll be number 6. They due to they lost head-to-head to TSM and 100 seeds. They want TSM to win. Now TL beats Dig. If CLG lose to go to Guardians, CLG 7-9. 100 seeds is 7-9. TSM is 8-8, and Team Liquid is 7-9. Okay, now you got a point where now you're in a 3-way tie with 100 seeds and CLG. You're still behind 100 seeds. That's me. Now you go to day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Team Liquid if Team Liquid beats CLG, CLG is at 7-10. Yeah, 7. They're at 7-10. Team Liquid is at 8-9. 8-9. 100 seeds. If they miraculously beat EG,
the thing here is, if you're already at 10 losses, you're pretty much out, because that happened for Dig too. Remember how they automatically hit 10 losses and they were done?
Let me finish. Okay, because as someone who's done this for NFL, okay, you got TL be at after day 1, TL they win, they go 7-9. One of these 2 teams is gonna be at 7-9. The other one's gonna be at 8-8. And then CLG, if they lose to go to guards, they'll be at 7-9 as well. Boom. Now you got day 2. If 100 seeds miraculously beats EG, that's doubtful, is whatever. They'll either go 8-9, they'll either be 7-10, 8-9, or 9-8. Team Liquid, if they beat CLG, they'll be at 8-9. And then if they beat EG, they'll be 9-9. Like, the possibility is they need 100 C's to lose day 1. They need CLG to lose day 1. Then for day 2, they have to beat CLG. They need 100 C's to lose, and they need TSM to lose. And then for day 3, they need CLG to lose, TSM to lose, and 100 C's to lose. Do I see all these happening? No, but it's one of those.
I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, that's why it's TL can still get 5th place. It's crazy. Do I see it happening? No.
The problem here is that they won't. Those head-to-heads matter though, because this all depends on 100 Thieves. They don't have head-to-heads, so they can't really bank on that. They have to bank on other teams losing more games than winning. Yeah, that's the most part of it.
Yep.
Now, if that happens, well, fuck. If the stars align that way, you might as well be getting to playoffs.
If 100 C's goes 0-3, they're out. If CLG goes 1-2, they're still in the playoffs. If TSM goes 1-2, they make it in over. Mm-hmm. It's like, because Team Liquid beat CLG before, right?
Team Liquid beat CLG before? No.
Okay, that's me. If Team Liquid has to beat CLG to at least get that.
If they want to stay alive, they need to beat CLG. That's a very important game.
They have to beat CLG. That's the game that determines their season. And they need TSM. The crazy part is they need TSM to win over 100 C's.
Right.
They have no tiebreaker against either of them.
Yeah, that's more probable.
The route is easier through 100 C's because now they don't have the CLG tiebreaker. Mm-hmm. And they don't have the TSM tiebreaker. TSM has a slightly tougher week than Team Liquid. Like, EG could be the death knell for all
pretty much all these teams. All right, so the last thing to talk about with pretty much all these teams is, well, Jojo Pion got sick, then he got the rest of the other team sick as well. EG let them take the game. They let Jojo take the game off. They put in Ryoma, and then people on the social media account are like, you know what? You don't let Danny take it off too. It's like, you can't really argue with that. You
can, because one is a virus, and the other one's mental. And that's the issue, dude. They're 2 separate things.
I know, but like the problem here is I can see the irony in that. One guy's asking, "Hey, can I get a break?" And this guy's like sick.
One asking for a break. Sometimes you're not obligated to give them a break. That's the fucked up thing about it. People don't realize you're not obligated to give somebody a break because they want one. If someone is sick, you are obligated to have them take a day off because then they can tyranny everybody else. There's a thing when you are a threat to yourself, they still have you go on. It's fucked up, but they still have you go on. When you're a threat to other people, then they take you off. Danny's not a threat. Danny, even though him playing bad was a threat to his team losing, due to he wasn't a threat to the other team because it's one of those things where they say if you play bad, it's mostly on you, not your team.
Well, it was super. I would say it's funny. It was like they kind of weirdly played into people's minds. We're like, wait a minute, you let him take this off, but then you didn't let this. That's why people are gonna think about it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh no. The worst thing possible for them right now was that Jojo gets sick and they let him take it off. And they had this Danny situation going on too. And they didn't let Danny take it off. And people were like, wait, that's kind of fucked up, right? Guys, lots of things are fucked up in life. Just saying.
Up, but they're two separate things. That's how I see it. I'm like, okay. Like, cause of course the internet's going to meme because that's all they do.
Everybody else I think played fine. Outside of the whole the current Danny situation, and Jojo Pion getting sick. I mean, you could tell he was sprinting it on Yone against this guy's sick. There's no way you challenge Trinamere like that at level 3.
You can see it in his face. He looked fucking dead. I was like, yo,
I was just like, wait a minute, why is he walking up level 3 and challenging Trinamere without his fucking cue? This guy's sick. Please get this guy off the stage because he needs to go fucking sleep. This guy needs to go to sleep and get some rest. Leave my boy alone. Oh my goodness. FlyQuest. I think FlyQuest have been definitely slipping to a bit. So Vikla looked pretty strong when the split started. Up around till week 5, he started not playing as good. To me, I think Amenes, Gory, and Maple have had better splits overall than Vikla. I'm not saying Vikla didn't have any standout games. My thing is that they've never been as, I'll say it's flashy. They've never been like as strong, right? And the thing here with Vikla is he's definitely been slipping. Like what he showed when the split started was really good. He's been slipping.
I don't think he's been slipping that much. Not much.
Compared to what he was playing before, I would say yes.
Nah, not as much as people are making it out to be.
Because my thing here also is, I think Prince has also been making some uncharacteristic mistakes.
Oh no, that's definitely
that flash he did on a field. I was like, he's been making some uncharacteristically
and
bad.
All
mistakes.
that's been since Winston went back down to academy. I think Winston played better to his style than Ayla did, and that was the thing you and I argued about. I'm like, I know, but it's like you don't want, if you fuck up that rhythm and then you start losing. I'm like, you have to start looking like, it's like sometimes you got to tell your star player that he gonna have to sit out, man. This other guy is kicking it, like he's doing the thing, man. It's fucked up, but it's like
if Vikla can sharpen up his gameplay for this week, I think they'll be fine. Because realistically, FlyQuest or C9 are going to get first or second. It's an either or situation. The worst case scenario is C9 loses all their games and drops to third.
Nah.
But then again, if C9 loses all their games and drops to third, I might come on stream and just slit my throat. But that's just me personally, you know?
Yeah, you crazy.
Oh, God. So Cloud9 actually looked pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll say that. They looked good. The only problem with their gameplay that I saw was the EG game where they were just they were trolling, or they were just legitimately messing up trying to end the game. That's a two-way street you could probably use out of that. But no, they've looked pretty good, all things considered, because this has been not a bad split from them. Realistically, I think it's been good for the most part. I'll have my solidified opinion of their entire split when this week fully plays out, starting on Wednesday, actually. But yeah, FlyQuest definitely need to. They're not even like really that bad. I think the thing here is they're losing the grip of. They're losing the slight identity that they had. All they have to do is just tighten up a few bits in their early game. Attempt to actually have an early game, just a little bit. Get to the mid game and you win. It's very clearly shown that if they get to the mid game, they're very, very good. They just have to tighten up their gameplay. Tighten up your gameplay. It's not that bad. You just fix it and you're good. That's all they realistically need to do. The biggest issue right now with FlyQuest also comes with Ayla, who literally got in I think week 6. He came in. I honestly would have just played Winsome for the rest of the split and then just started Ayla on summer, actually. That way it's fresh full time with the guy. You're not just like coming in and then you're simply just, trying to build bot lane synergy in the middle of the split. It's like that's going to be pretty hard to do overall. Oh my lord. All right, so that pretty much wraps us up. I got to get to my Batman podcast, and after that I got to do my market watch, and after that I got to do something else. I'm busy all night. Yeah. All right, so match of the weeks. FlyQuest versus Cloud9, TSM versus the 100 Thieves, and CLG versus Team Liquid. The reason why I'm saying CLG versus Team Liquid is because they need this win. Otherwise, you are for sure screwed.
Yeah.
So, but these two matches are very, very important. This would make or break potentially 100 Thieves getting in, and the same way with the 100 Thieves as well. Anything else you want to say, Mega, before we get out of here? Actually,
this next week's going to determine a lot of stuff for the next upcoming months.
And Battle for First. And also, you guys will be getting my LCS 2023 Spring Split Week 7 recap very soon. Got to go over the games just a few more to see what I wanted to potentially say about some teams. But I was like, okay, I got to watch the games more to just give me that, like, okay, what did they do wrong in this game fully? Because sometimes when you're watching live, it's hard to notice like everything because you're kind of in the moment, like in the spectacle. But when you're watching like the VODs, you can see like these other minute differences that you didn't see before. So it's also very imperative too. Why are people tweeting about the Oscars? I love how people say these things are irrelevant, but yet they're the first people to watch this shit all the time.
Half of these were the show that are not irrelevant, but like with Hollywood, what it is it's a lot of times it's like it's just oh yeah, we so okay, here's you go, now you're welcome to the clubs there. Cool, I do not care. Like I stopped caring once certain movies like what it is it's like an OU thing. It's like with Denzel winning, but it was like Will Smith had to me he had a better performance than Ali. But like Hollywood shows that they if you're a Muslim who plays their character, all right, cool. It's like Mahershala Ali. I think he's Muslim, but he played a gay character. That's why they kind of, oh yeah, his character is great. But it's like when you play an actual Muslim character, it's like or Malcolm X or Muhammad Ali, they look right over it, and it's like okay, yeah, now they don't give a shit. It's like Hollywood is trash. And that was all the Oscars. Because what it is everything, everywhere, all at once. It's like just it looked like it's about to sweep in every category or damn near. It's like I said, anything that movie, like it's just holy shit. It's a great movie, but at the same time,
oh, this man's crazy. Black Adam over Ant-Man 3. K-Dot, it doesn't matter. If that's a metric, toss a coin. I guess. Yeah. Literally toss a coin.
He's literally dying on it, and DC DC's dead until they get revived.
What was that meme of no, this is a picture of Superman when he got killed by Doomsday, that his flag and shit. You just picture K-Dot's face on Superman's.
Yep.
He just okay. He does that all the time though. I told him, I don't know why you do that. Like, every new Marvel film, he'll compare it to like a latest film. That just a Marvel film, not any of the other projects either. It'll be like, whatever the newest MCU film is out, he'll compare that to any of the other new movies out, but not talk about the other new movies too. Which is, I told him that's okay, I guess. Yep. Oh Lord, fucking black people, you guys always do that shit. Let's see. Pios. Oh yeah, Rosales streamed today. With his crew that he prepared over there. The Sunday. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna watch on the replay. All right, guys. More content coming out for you guys very, very soon. Gotta catch up on the LEC games today. I'll give you guys the recap of week 1 of the LEC. Very soon, actually. LEC show on Wednesday, right? We gotta watch the games, obviously. Gotta go over them. Oh my god. Yeah, yikes. Wild Turtle is doing pretty good right now. We'll have to see how it plays out. But this is a very, very important week. This super week is gonna be either super weak or super good.
Yep.
In between. All right, guys. If you're watching on the replay, like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Ring that notification bell. Your boys may put out a little bit more content normally than usually. We'll see how it goes. All right, guys.